Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more No Man's Sky. I feel like I say this quite a lot, but it's been a little while since I last put anything online. My uploading schedule's like, well, there isn't a schedule. I guess that's the problem. It's as and when the mood hits. Every time I try to get into it, then like something comes along. So basically, why haven't I put anything on the channel? Well, I've been playing No Man's Sky, but well, there's a couple of reasons. Okay, first of all, recently my birthday, and my partner Amy bought me a GameCube, because I had one when I was obviously much younger, and I fucking loved it, and I still had all the games, and I've like refused to throw them out, even though the console went the distance for some reason. Anyway, cut long story short, got a GameCube for my birthday, been engrossed in that. Waves of nostalgia, left, right and centre. So yeah, that's been taking up over half of my gaming time. The other thing, and this pertains directly to No Man's Sky, is right, it's a story with a warning, okay, and a bit of advice. As you can see, we totally aren't where we left off, and that's my ship, and that's not the ship the last time I uploaded I had. So I have played some off camera. I had my mates over and we were just taking it in turns, you know, like every 15 minutes, like passing the pad. And here's where, you know, shit went south. So there's certain bits of the game that's like, you know, tied into like progression. So for instance, you know, fix your pulse engine. Okay, now you need a hyperdrive. Okay, now you need fuel for your hyperdrive. So basically that's where I went wrong, because you make your hyperdrive, then you get a signal that sends you somewhere, and basically a kindly alien of whatever variety gives you one lump of antimatter. Okay, so you take the lump of antimatter, you make a warp cell, you jump to the next galaxy, and then when you hit that bit, okay, then you get another reading that points you in the direction of somewhere where you get the actual recipe for antimatter, so you can then constantly create warp cells off your own back and, you know, travel the universe. Brilliant. Okay, here's where I went wrong. In my old ship, I'd made a warp cell, I'd put it in, but I decided that I didn't want to make the jump yet, because I thought I'll finish exploring this system before I jump to the next one, which, you know, fair thing. But then I came across a crashed ship, so I took that one instead of my old one, and I flew off, went to a different planet, and here's like the crux of the issue. You don't get any more lumps of antimatter from the kindly aliens, so you basically just got to wait until you can buy one. So I've been flying around in this, I've been going to every single fucking trade hub, and like talking to every single, you know, space pilot. I've been to the space station and just sat for hours at a time waiting until someone had a lump of antimatter, and I've probably put about 5 or 6 hours into the game just fucking looking for this one lump of antimatter so I can make a warp cell and jump to the next system and get the actual recipe for it. So basically that's what's happened off camera. I've got a new ship, made a huge mistake, spent ages looking for a lump of antimatter, and gradually been getting sick of the game, which is a shame, because I think the best thing about this is, while there isn't a huge amount to do, you're kind of like left up to, you know, your own devices. You can just do whatever you fancy. However, that option like literally gets taken away from you when, I mean, I could just, I've thoroughly explored everything in this system, so I could keep doing that ad nauseum, or I need the antimatter if I want to go and find somewhere new. So everything, I couldn't do whatever I wanted. I became consumed by looking for this antimatter. And finally, like the other day, finally someone in the space station was selling some. He had 2, so I just bought them both just on, just because. So yeah, basically this is where we're now picking up. Okay, we're gonna head to a new system right after I make a warp cell. So yeah, I should probably actually put this in me starship. Yeah, and just to give you a bit of an idea, on how much I have done out, like, off camera while I've been looking for this. Look at the size of my exosuit inventory now. It was like 15 or something before. So yeah. Multi-tools probably a bit better than thingy. I've also learned a few things just before we set off. If you notice that, like, these are placed alongside each other, and so are these, and as such they've got like a red border around them. Basically, I'm not sure on the exact specifics, but if you have like upgrades of the same vein next to each other, you get an additional effect by having them next to each other in your inventory. So that's why all these are together. Yeah, so let's go into space and actually jump to a new system. Oh, that's the other thing as well. Let's have a quick look. I've learned 233 words to the point where most of the time I can understand, like, I don't know, 75% of what any Vykeen's saying. Because in between, like, waiting and looking for antimatter, I've had to just do other things to keep me interested. Which is a shame, really, because I like this game, and the fact that I've had to spend probably 5 or 6 hours just... miserable is the wrong word. Just sort of not playing the way I want to play. That's become like... it was a bit of a downer. And like I say, my interest in the game was waning, but now that I've picked this up, and we'll go to a new system and it's all good. We'll go from there. So now we're in space, we can open the galactic map. And yes, you saw that planet was called Greasy Flaps. So, right. Path towards waypoint, we don't want that. See, so we've got several options. This jump here, that's the path to the most efficient path to the galactic core, which is, you know, our end game thing. So I can fly anywhere I want, but obviously if I follow this path, that's the quickest route. Free exploration's exactly what you think, or I can set a particular waypoint and travel to that one if I so desired. But yeah, so let's go here. We'll follow the path of the galactic core, and we'll get out of here. And I'm kind of hoping this new system has a different alien race, just because I'm pretty sure I've already maxed out my reputation with the Vykeen. Again, just because I've spent so long fucking about in the first system. But I have learned a lot about the game in that space of time. So, for instance, when we used the signal scanners, before I was just like, well, obviously monolith points you to a monolith, but I wasn't sure on what transmission and shelter do. Okay, here we are. Sweet. And I hope they're friendly. Yeah. Say there, look, craft more warp cells, acquire antimatter formula, so that's our new thing. But let's just have a quick look about. See what else is on the go. Okay. Let's just go for this one. We're gonna probably explore everything in this system as well. I feel like the completionist in me like needs to do that. Like, obviously there's no possible way I could explore everything, but I can explore everything in any given system before, at least to a reasonable degree, you know what I mean? Feel like I've done everything before we move on to the next bit. So yeah, as I was saying, say this will be my antimatter recipe, so let's... Okay, that's on a different fucking planet. Okay, I guess we'll go and check that one out first then. Right, we'll go and do that. So yeah, signal scanners, that's what I was talking about. So monolith sends you to monoliths, obviously. Colonial Outpost is a bit of a weird one. Sometimes it sends you to actual outposts or trading hubs, but it seems like most of the time it'll send you to places like this, like manufacturing facilities, operations centres. Transmission usually sends you to a transmission tower, and from there you'll almost always, well in fact always by my anecdotal experience at least, it'll lead you to a crashed ship. And shelter always, again, at least in my experience, leads you to a drop pod which has an exosuit upgrade in. So that's why my exosuit inventory is like 28 slots. Also, for what it's worth, again, anecdotally speaking, is it's not worth hitting the transmission towers and getting new ships, because basically they'll only have one more cargo slot or one less than the one you're currently using. You might have various different, you know, say for instance cannon upgrades or whatever, but all I've been doing is, until I get a like decent ship, like we're talking one with like 30 storage or something, what's going to happen is, if we take a quick look, okay, this is a corrosive planet. What am I doing? What was I talking about? Yeah, okay, so that's it, Starship. As you can see, I mean, I could get rid of the phase beam, to be honest, but you know, I've basically got bare minimum. Like all the upgrades and stuff that this came with, I've just deleted because I'm more space. But the other thing is, every time you find a crashed ship, you've got to repair, like, you know, what is it, like your launch thrusters and your pulse engine minimum, just to like take off. You don't need to repair your deflector shield, but if you're flying around without a deflector shield, you'll just get the alarm sound like over and over again, which gets really annoying after a while. So basically the long and short of it is, don't fucking bother with transmission towers, just wait, save your money, buy a better ship. That's the way to do it. Yeah, also got most of the blueprints and stuff now, again, because I've spent so long in the first system. So here we go. Well, it looks like I didn't get my wish. Yeah, let's have the antimatter, that's great. So now the whole antimatter debacle is officially over. I can now create it whenever I fancy, make warp cells whenever I fancy, and it's all good. It's a very Lovecraftian tree. Right, so what I might do now is, let's delete you, and I'm pretty sure I can make a toxin suppression. Yeah, need a bit more carbon. Right, I can do that. Thank you for your kind donation, Cthulhu tree. It's probably enough. Should probably fill this up while we're on. And now we can just go wherever we fancy. Kind of disappointed that this system isn't a different race, but you know, I suppose on the plus side it does mean anything that I come across I'll be able to, like, you know, work out what the correct course of action is. Decided as well I should probably be a little bit more diligent in actually, you know, scanning and uploading things, even if I never take the time to actually name any of it. So we'll definitely have this emerald because that's worth a fuck ton of money. Also learned how to, like, efficiently use me me mining beam. So if you notice, I've got, like, in my multi-tool, it's pretty much just set up entirely for combat. All I've got is the bog standard. Oh, okay, we've got this as well. Yeah, combat amplifier, which I could probably get rid of. I don't know. Anyway, on anything that takes a long time to destroy. So let's have a look. Where's iron? That usually takes a while. Right. If you watch the heat build up in me mining beam, if I basically stop before it hits, then go again, see how it starts the heat from the bottom, like that. So doing that, you can basically just use your antimatter, your mining beam indefinitely without it overheating, which kind of, like, you know, at least so far it's negated the need for any sort of mining beam upgrade. And I was kind of hoping there'd be a signal scan around here, but it doesn't look like there is there? Never mind. Yeah, so as you can see, that where are we at? That's empty already. It doesn't last very long. Doesn't need to be recharged all the fucking time. Let's go and look for something to do. There's something. And the question becomes now, what do I focus on really? Probably making a fuck ton of money for a better ship. Which was kind of the goal anyway, but you know. Well, I can already tell you there's not going to be any alien here to get new words. I suppose, let's have a quick look. Zinc titanium or shield and charge. So basically, I might as well just, what I'd spend on filling that up, I could just fill my hazard protection up with. Let's do that. Well, absolutely fuck all in here. Yeah, so I was talking to my mate before about the game, and I don't know if I have actually mentioned it while, you know, I've been streaming or whatever, but I think what a nice addition. Well, that's pretty sweet. And I already know it, you know. Yeah, what I think a nice addition to the game would be is some sort of like codex, like the way Mass Effect does it. Because as it stands at the minute, anytime I hit like monoliths and what have you, you get this like little fragment of backstory about the Vykeen, and it's cool. You know what I mean? It definitely like adds a bit of depth to the world. But on the flip side, the other thing is I can't remember what any of them say now. Do you know what I mean? Like 10 seconds after I've looked at it, I probably couldn't tell you what it said. So yeah, if there was some place where I could look at it at my leisure and sort of absorb it more fully, that'd be cool. Also, I mean, it's pretty obvious in hindsight, but I used to do this like one at a time for whatever reason. But you can totally have like more than one thing up at a time, and it just places a location for all of them, which was kind of my worry. I thought it would only be one at a time, but you know. I suppose I'd never tried having more than one up at a time, so that was just a poor assumption on my part. I suppose we'll do a monolith and we'll do a shelter as well. I am really just in the market for a new ship though. So even though it's not like amazing to watch, if I come across any high value minerals, they're probably just going to get mined out. Yeah, why not? Because having a big ship inventory is more important than having a big exosuit one. Even though you can be too far away from your ship to like send things from your ship to your suit, you can always send it from your suit to your ship, doesn't matter how far away you are. And the stack size is twice as big in your ship. So look here, titanium 250, titanium 500. Where the hell did I land? There we go. Okay. I basically learned as well, like, other than, where is it, that only takes plutonium, right? So we're always going to need plutonium. But there's like tiers of minerals, and some are way better than others. So like say thamium's better than plutonium, and you get a fuck ton of thamium just like destroying asteroids in space. So that's all I do for that, sort of for isotopes now. I drop pods like fucking miles away. Couldn't have sent us to a closer one, like, could you? What is this, eh? What's the matter? The dog's just looking at us like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's kind of my dog. But he's Amy's parents' dog. We just dog sit him every now and again. And he's used to being in the house by himself, like, for most of the day. Because Amy's parents both work like shifts. But he's just been pottering around the house with me, and like it's nice to have another, you know, another body in the house, I suppose. But I'm sat here recording and he's just looking at us like, what? What are you on about? Why are you talking to yourself? Completely lost my bearings there for a second. I'm like, this is where I need to be, isn't it? So this is the other thing that we're looking for the multi-tool. Can't make it yet, but wide shot adapter, all about me boltcaster becoming a shotgun like. And once upon a time, I just... Oh, shit, okay. Again, look, thamium barely uses any, fully recharged. Yeah, I don't even bother killing them off anymore now, because as soon as you come in here, they lose interest. And other than some titanium, they sometimes drop like blueprints and that, but again, I know most of them. So that's something else I would probably have liked to seen added to the game, is some sort of like tiering of the upgrades. So say you can't get certain ones until you're like closer to the centre of the universe. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, I can probably work this one out because I've got enough words. Pathetic warrior learned Vykeen language. Yeah, I'm in the process of that, mate. Silicate. So I probably need silicate. So I'm just going to leave that. I think I've got some in my starship. This is the bit where I don't actually need silicate and it locks us out. No, we're good. Okay, that's nice. Learn 3 words and get the formula for Magmox. Don't know if I need it for anything, but there you go. Also, I don't think selling it's like the greatest idea. Let's have a look. It's yeah, like each piece is worth 30,000. So the question is 300 thamium, 300 plutonium and 30 carbon less than 30,000 units? If so, then yeah, I guess it's worth making them to sell. Alright fellas, sorry about the break-in. Right, okay, fuck the drop pod for the time being because that's miles away. Ooh. Are these hostile? Normally when I like mouse over things like that, the crosshair doesn't turn red. I could be in for a world of pain here. Like I've literally just said about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes ago, yeah, I deleted all the upgrades off my ship because fuck it, I'll just wait till I've got a good one. And here I am potentially, you know, going to open fire on these. I feel like seeing as it's given us a red crosshair, that the, you know, the hostile, I'd hate to just blow them out the air and it'd be in fact, you know what, fuck it, I don't care. It is all over the joint, this. I'm really bad at like leading the target, which is like what I need to do here to land any sort of hit. Where are you? Okay, there we go. Now I've got a bit of room. I can probably do a really bad job of it. That's fine. I'll kill them too. Okay, shit. Someone's attacking me. Okay, I've got to hit there, at least one. You keep saying that, but I'm not actually seeing any sentinel interceptors. Okay, I think we've got it. So, yeah, pretty sure he's dead because I got a fuck ton of iron, but is that it? Is that all I get? It's a little bit disappointing. Also, it didn't like tell me that I had any reputation loss for that. So, okay, there it is. Yeah, so bad. It's aerial combat. Or maybe it's just this this ship, because it's not the most maneuverable thing in the world, like. But yeah, I was just struggling to keep the ship like in front of us there, never mind like leading the target. Let's climb a bit. You tend to go a little bit quicker when you're higher up. There we go. Cruising at a nice speed of 164 U. I'm not sure what the U stands for. That's another thing that fucking hell annoys us about the game. Like, I literally can't crash into the side of a mountain. If I just hold R and like drive towards the side of a cliff, it'll lift me just over the top. It'll like, the autopilot will take over. But it also means that even if I was using the boost there, like you saw, I suddenly slowed down to like 17, like, I don't know, mile an hour, because for some reason I couldn't clear the cliff properly. Right, let's get near. Oh, Sentinel Hunter unit deployed. I wouldn't mind when I get my shotgun at least taking on some sentinels, like some harder ones at least, because I basically haven't, and apart from that I've killed a few of the drones, but I haven't killed any of the like hunter ones or the walkers. Apart from that time there was two of them outside that cave and I got absolutely rinsed. Once the equipment prepares the mineral harvest, that can speed up the process by eliminating unnecessary systems. On-screen automated report will help. Okay, maybe I don't know as many words as I thought. It says the core's operational. Okay. We can work this out, it's fine. Okay, so the core's operational, so we know what the word for operational is. So whatever this is, that's operational, so it's the other one that isn't. Okay? Which should be gravitational stabilizers. Right. Yeah, baby. Let's get some Lemium, which for anyone who isn't aware, it's a Motorhead reference. Well, reference to Lemmy, you know, lead singer of Motorhead. At least until he died. I don't think he's the lead singer of them anymore. Back outside in the acid rain. Where on earth? Oh, okay, there's my ship. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. Hang on, I'm just gonna have a quick check. I'm sure I've got stamina enhancement 2 now. So yeah, it's gonna be under the running man. Yeah, and I've got enough to make it. So the question is, well, yeah, it's obvious because we know they stack, don't they? So yeah, Is it worth 2 slots in my inventory for like running out of stamina a lot slower? Yeah, it definitely is. Because the walking anywhere in this game takes forever. And it kind of dissuades you from, because the walk speed's so slow, you kind of dissuaded away from taking long trips away from your ship, or at least I am. Which means you go through a fuckload of plutonium in refilling your launch thrusters because you're taking off and landing every fucking 30 seconds. I wonder what we should call this planet. We should at least name the planet, shouldn't it? That should be a thing we should do. Textbook landing, as usual. Is this gold? No, it's just sand. What are these? Okay, they're just purple rocks. Thought they might have been plants. Let's get our knowledge stones out the way first before we deal with the... I do actually wonder, because I mean there's 4 races that I know of. I'm pretty sure that's it. There might be more, I don't know. But I wonder how many words are actually in one language. The giant mouth of an ancient hound suddenly emerges through the face of the monolith. It opens its jaws wide, and foul-smelling spittle streaks my visor. Yeah, that sounds like my dog's camp. Isn't that right? Don't give a fuck, do you? My nausea is tempered by the sight of valuable commodities based on its giant tongue. In a sudden movement, the hound shifts the goods to one side, spraying saliva at the space on the tongue for more should I wish to go from my cargo. So here's the thing, right? In situations like this, there's not really any wrong answer. Because like, I can take the shit off his tongue and I'll probably get hurt and the Vykeen won't like it. But again, I'm fairly certain I'm at max reputation with them. And I get whatever's on his tongue. Or, on the other hand, I'll almost certainly get a reputation increase here. For the cost of 10 carbon, which is literally fuck all. Oh, okay, I'm blessed by an ancient power. I wonder what that entails. So it's refilled my health. I'm pretty sure I saw it give us a word there as well. Oh, we're learning Atlas words. Which, yeah, pretty good. All about learning the Atlas words. I should probably go and get my ship before I check that out. And a Vykeen effigy, which isn't bad. That's money in the bank, if nothing else. But I have been saving them along with the daggers, because when you talk to NPCs, every now and again, they'll give you the option to like, okay, drop pod, sweet, we'll have that. Yeah, they give you the option to give them an effigy or a dagger in exchange for a gift, which is usually a blueprint, so worth doing most of the time. Like nothing in both of those really. Okay. Also, like, all me bitching about about getting an Atlas pass, that's another thing like the Antimatter, where basically eventually it'll direct me somewhere and like I'll get one just over the course of playing the game. Probably don't need all this plutonium really. We'll send the full stack over. And you know what, I might as well fill this up and use that, because they're worth fuck all. And you can't stack them, to my knowledge, so they just take up space. Also, every time you get an exosuit upgrade, costs an extra 10 grand. So, yeah, we're currently at 160k just for one extra space. But, you know, it's got to be done, hasn't it? Everything's very phallic on this planet, isn't it? Except maybe that. If your bulb looks like that, then you've got a bit of problems. You should probably go to the doctor about that. I suppose saying that, if your cock looks like one of them, you need to go to the doctor's, but you know. And yeah, that's pretty much why I got all the plutonium. Just that drop pod that's fucking miles away, so we might just leave that for the time being. And yeah, we'll go and have a look at that. That's only a minute away. Like, it's nice to know where that drop pod is, but I'd like to think that, you know, eventually I'll just sort of make my own way over that end of the planet. I don't need one more inventory space so badly that, like, you know, I want to spend 10 minutes flying there. Fucking hell, my phone's blowing up at the minute. Right, I'll come back to that. Have we already been here? I'm pretty sure we've been here, haven't we? Yeah, we have. Oh, you tedious motherfucker. I definitely think the destination reach thing, where, because when you hit that, that's when it gets rid of the marker off your map, and I'd like to think that that happened when you visited the building, not the fucking save point. No signal scanners here either, so we'll just have to fly about. Jesus Christ. Let's give you a quick scan. It's elderly, we don't know what gender it is, it's unconcerned, it's a herbivore, and apparently it's ethereal because it can just run straight through my fucking ship. We need some copper. I want that shotgun. Whoa, steady on, sweet child of mine. What was all that about? Well, I think we can leave that here for the time being. Bit of a short one this time, but you know, just to sort of get my feet wet again with the game. You took like literally a full 60 odd bullets. What are you made of? Yeah, and we'll go on a proper explore next time when I've got a bit more free time, because I really should take the Derg out. Yeah, I know, we'll go in a minute, mate. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. on the next exciting episode of No Man's Sky.